Yes! Amplify this. Here is another blast. Another hand of the week I like to call hitting a gut shot in London. All of the local lingo in London is beloved by me. Bloody right. This piece is about a little UK poker. While in London last weekend, shooting 3 parts of a reality show, the ultimatepoker.com show on Channel 5, I thought it would be a treat to make an appearance at a poker club out of respect and honor. That's honor with an O-U-R. Honor. H-O-N-O-R. Oh, whatever. For the UK poker scene and its players. So late on Sunday night, at 3 a.m. in fact, after filming the reality show finale, I strolled into the Gutshot Club in London's West End to say hello. By the way, a Gutshot is an inside straight draw, or more precisely, a 1-card straight draw. You will remember when your granddaddy told you, son, never draw to an inside straight. And you wondered what that was all about. Now you know. Once I arrived, I found the club quite lovely, and they even had a regular table named Helmuth, which I thought was absolutely spot on. Of course, the players and management urged me to play in the local game, which was a £1, £2 blind pot limit hold'em game with a 50 quid, pounds, that is, buy-in. I sat down, threw 4 $100 bills to the dealer and said, deal me in. $400 amounted to 222 quid, and the game was on. Player X opened for £7, and I called with the 10 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds. In a poker tournament, I would have thrown this hand away right then and there, but in this game, I felt like I could take a few chances. I also knew that I wasn't going to play more than 30 minutes. 3 other players called, and the flop came down. 5 of diamonds, 6 of spades, 8 of diamonds, which was a huge flop for me. I had an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw, and a 9 would make me the deluxe end, the high end of the straight. And if a 9 did come off, then I would bust anyone who was holding a 7 in their hand without a 10, since they would make a 9 high straight, and mine would be a 10 high straight. Player X bet out 25 quid into the 35-pound pot. Quid means pounds. And it was my turn to act. I certainly wasn't folding this hand, which left calling or raising it as my only options. If I called the bet, I might be letting player X hit a card like an ace or a queen, which might make him a pair or 2 pair, and then I would be forced to call his next bet, perhaps a pot-sized bet, but if I raised it up, then I would have a good chance to win the pot right then and there. And even if he called my raise or moved me all in, I still had a ton of winning cards. I mean, how much of an underdog could I possibly be here? So I called the 25-pound bet and raised it up 85 more pounds. The biggest possible raise, the maximum raise, because in pot limit you can only bet the size of the pot. So I made it 105 pounds total. Player X now called me fairly quickly, which means he had something fairly strong. He certainly had 10 high beat. The next card was the 10 of spades, and player X checked. The 10 of spades wasn't my best card. A non-diamond 9 would have been better, but it was certainly an excellent card for me. Everybody in London always says Now I could beat any other pair on board like 8s, 6s, or 5s, and I still had my straight and flush draw working. So I moved all in for my last 110 pounds, and player X called me. By the rules of Hold'em in the United States of America, we flip our hands face up when we're all in, but this was London. I flipped my hand face up and waited while the last card was dealt. Because I didn't know what player X had in his hand, he had opted to keep his cards face down. I didn't know what I was rooting for or against on the last card. The last card proved to be the 5 of clubs for a final board of 8, 6, 5, 10, 5. Now my opponent said, that's good, meaning that I had won the pot. As the chips were pushed to me, player X showed down the king of diamonds, 9 of diamonds. Like mine, his flush and straight draws had both failed. In fact, he'd flopped a higher flush draw and a higher straight draw than I, and I basically needed to hit a non-diamond 10, 9, or a 4 to win the pot. Despite having a huge looking flop, I was in terrible shape. On the flop, I was roughly 2.5 to 1 underdog to win the pot. In fact, I was probably in worse shape than that. Still, it was an honor to play at the Gutshot. I played this hand properly, and it was spot on for me to hit the lovely 10 of spades for 475 quid. Brilliant, mate. I amplify. Do you?